Hey everyone, it's Turtle, and look, I know I haven't been posting for a while, but the first semester of my school is finished, and I've been really working on studying for exams and stuff since it's beginning to be the end. Well, I mean, it's already the end of the semester, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm studying for the final exams, and yeah, that's why I haven't really had time to post very often, because honestly, this has been a hectic school year, and I'm in high school now, so I won't have much free time anymore, but I promise I'll try to post just a little bit more often. But yeah, that's why I haven't been posting for a long time. So what better way to kick off the year 2026 than do a collection tour, because I did a poll on this, and most of you wanted to see this, and my collection has grown quite a bit since the last time that I did one, so yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Alright, we're gonna start with the Schleich wolves that I have. I'm gonna start with my non-retired ones first. This is the 2024, I believe. Yeah, I think it's the 2024 Schleich Arctic Wolf. And it's crazy to think that this figure is now 2 years old now. Which it didn't even seem that long ago that this figure was released. She is much smaller, like most of the newer wolves, but I still like her. She's probably, yeah, she's like a teenager, sort of like a juvenile. I don't think I named her yet. I didn't use her at all, so I don't know why there's a chip on her nose. Maybe because I dropped her. But yeah, not really much to say about her. There's not really much to say about much of these figures because I haven't really been doing series lately. Anyways, here's the newer snarling wolf. If you're wondering what those red stains are, it's just because I used to use a fake blood that would stain like almost immediately after it was put on, and I had to keep the blood on his neck for like 15 minutes around, so it left a stain like this, but it makes for a cool scar. His name is Max, by the way. For my retired wolves, I'm gonna start with my favorite one, the Schleich Howling Wolf. I remember getting this for my birthday last year. I do like him a lot. I think I named him Levi. Yeah, he's one of my favorite wolf models. He's just so cool. I don't think Schleich made a new Howling Wolf. No, they didn't. They never made a newer one. But yeah, I have the Schleich Howling Wolf, and then the Schleich 2002 Wolf. I got her used off eBay, so that's why she's kind of marked up. But she's still pretty cool. I still like her. And she's the China variant. I don't, like, even though this model's like really cool, I don't really like it as much as the other retired ones. I don't know why, it's just I don't really like the dark outline around her eyes. I think Schleich really improved on that. And then there's this one, which is highly overrated, in my opinion. So I like this one. It's the standing Schleich 2008 wolf. Yeah, I just don't understand why she gets all the hype. I mean, I do. Like, the highlights are very pretty. Her face is very pretty. And I got mine for Christmas. This one's like $80 in Canada. So I was super happy to get her. Though I think there are more like cooler retired Schleich figures like him. This one's still pretty cool, and I like her. Next, let's do the Huskies, since, well, I have way too many of them. I got these two. They came in the Schleich Arctic expedition set. It came with like a penguin and a human and an igloo, that set. I do prefer the other variant of this one. I actually really do. But this one's actually exclusive to that set, and I was happy to get him. It does kind of look like snake eyes a little bit, like cat eyes. But yeah, it's actually still pretty cool. I'd still use this one for like teenager. Same thing with this one. Like, I don't really like the smaller sized ones, but they're great if you want to have a cub transition into an adult, but you want like a middle stage. These two are perfect for that. This one's quite bigger. This one's much bigger though. And then we have the other variant of this one. I do prefer this one a lot better. This one's the retired one. I just think there's much more shading going on in this one. I do actually prefer the eyes on this one. They did a better job on the eyes. But when it comes to like the paint job, it's much more detailed, much more vibrant. I really do like this one a lot more than this one. But that's just my opinion. Now for the male Huskies. Yes, Huskies, I have two of them. He's, again, very overrated model. I can see why it's really overhyped though, because it is really a beautiful Husky figure. I named this one Captain and this one Robin. I also had him as Mamba in one of my series. This one has just like a different paint job, but I'm planning to customize him. I just don't really like his paint job as much as this one. I probably will customize him to be like a red husky or something. That's what was the original plan, but then I was like, do I really want to do that? Because he's like a different paint job and stuff. Which, Schleich Huskies, they do have a lot of different paint jobs. Like, every single Schleich Husky is unique. But I don't know what it is, I just like this one a lot better. Also, there's like a purple stain on his paw. No idea where that came from. So, I'm probably planning to either paint this guy or just give him to my sister. Then there's the female Husky, which I'm super happy to have because this girl's actually really hard to get for like a good price. Yeah, that's a little bit, like, it's a little bit scuffed up on the back, but other than that, she's in like brand new condition. I do love her a lot. I personally prefer her over the male Husky, which that's like an unpopular opinion because like a lot of people recognize the this guy a lot more than this guy. But yeah, I really do think she's pretty cool. She's definitely much harder to find than the male Husky, depending on where you live, though. She might be a little bit more common. But yeah, I do like the female Husky. And then the Husky pups, I got both of them. I personally prefer the laying on back Husky puppy. This one's actually a Germany variant. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know why a lot of people prefer this one over this one. This one's just much cuter and stuff in my opinion. The only problem with this one, and that's just that little defect on his snout. They drew the lip too high. I will fix that before I film with him because it is actually angering me like a lot to look at that. Yeah, but I think both of them are pretty cool. They're both worth buying if you like to consider it. And then we have the retired Dalmatian. Super happy to have this boy. I don't know why, but he looks more feminine to me. Like, that might just be my eyes, but he looks a lot more feminine. I use this as a girl, even though he has, yeah, but you know what, I don't really mind. He's still pretty cool. I love how they did the spots on him. He's probably like the best Dalmatian model. If you didn't know, Dalmatians are like my second favorite breed. First is Rottweilers. Dude, because I love the shading around the spots. If you really do like Dalmatians though, get this model. It's the best Dalmatian model ever. Alright, and then we have the Golden Retrievers. Here's the retired, quote-unquote, female Golden Retriever. She's actually a male. I named him Oasis. A lot of people use it as female. I use it as male. Me personally. I got him for Christmas. Also, super happy that I got him. I only have one more, not Dalmatian. I have only one more Golden Retriever, retired Golden Retriever to collect. And it's the other male Golden Retriever. So I'm trying to find him. And I really do like this one. Probably use him in a series. I will definitely use him in a series. He's so pretty. And then here's the female Golden Retriever. I do want the male one because it looks honestly a lot better. But I mean, I just don't like the face. That's what it is. I just don't like the face. And it's actually a lot smaller than the Husky. Yeah, here's the Husky. It's actually about the same size, never mind. But if you compare it to this one, this one's definitely bigger. And I think that like it's a little bit yeah, it's definitely smaller. But I think this one was made just roughly around the same time as this one. But yeah, that's the female Golden Retriever. Then we have the retired Golden Retriever puppies. I have the standing one and the sitting one. The sitting one I personally just like a lot more. Its face is just really cute. I don't like the standing one as much. This one, I think his paint job is just a little bit different because it's a Germany variant. This one is a China variant, I'm pretty sure. But I really do like both of these guys. This one I got for Christmas. This one I just bought on my own, with my own money. I'd say this one's definitely in better condition, but this one is face just a lot cuter. Yeah, those are my Golden Retriever puppies. And then we have my German Shepherds. I'm planning to get some more in the future. Here's the Tired Female German Shepherd, the 2007. This one's a Germany variant, actually. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. Okay. I'm so glad I got the Germany one because I don't like the China one at all. My dream German Shepherd model is the sitting Schleich German Shepherd, which is like $50. Yeah, it's gonna take a while for me to get, but I do like her a lot. I think I named her Pixie or Quinn. I do remember naming her Quinn, though. And then we have the newer one, which again, much smaller compared to the older ones, but I still like him. I think I named him Kobe. I like how his tongue's sticking out, like he's panting. Yeah, these are my German Shepherds. Not much to say about these two. And then we have my Papo ones, which I only have 2 of them. And they're both the running wolves. So this one I actually found shortly after I got this guy. Papo is actually a very hard model to get. Like a very hard company to find. Same thing with Collecta. I don't own a single Collecta model yet. But if I were to get one, I'd probably get the Collecta Lioness and the Collecta Rottweiler. Yeah, those 2 are the ones that I really want. But this one is in much worse condition. I got him in a thrift store. This one I just got off eBay. And he's just much better looking. So I will customize this guy. I do have a great custom idea for him, so, you know. And also because he has weird pink stains, which I think might be highlighter. I'm not too sure. Yeah, but that's also one of the reasons why I wanted to customize him, because it's really hard to ignore bright pink on a pale gray wolf. But yeah, these are my Papo wolves. Next, moving on to my Safari LTD wolves. We're gonna start with the howling ones, since I have the most of them. This one is the gray 2007 howling wolf. I think it's 2007. Yeah, it is. Love him. I used him as Centaur in my Only Trio series. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. It's my most popular series on my channel. Okay. I really do like this guy. I think he deserves a lot more demand than the Black Howling Wolf, which is another overrated figure that I'll get to just in a minute. I did a custom of him for a character in my series. He's actually the main character. This is Lucario. Yeah. I'm not the best at customizing, or I don't really customize figures. That's not my thing, okay? So I didn't put Mod Podge on him because I figured out that Mod Podge, like adding Mod Podge, only chips the paint more. If any customizers are watching this, you can give me some tips and stuff in the comment section of how to not make the paint chip like this. Yeah, because I'm not a customizer whatsoever, so it'd be nice to hear some tips from people who actually do this kind of stuff. But yeah, that's my gray howling wolves. Here is the black howling wolf, which I told you guys earlier, this guy is massively overrated. Every collector has this model. Like, it's a very generic model. It's just black. It doesn't have any shading to it. I mean, it's a little bit dirty because, you know, I've had him for a long time. But, yeah. And here's the custom that I did of him. This one her name is Whiteout. I named her after a character from Wings of Fire because she kind of just looked like him. I mean, she just kind of looked like Whiteout from Wings of Fire. I just really like the Howling Wolf, just Spiral 2D Howling Wolves. Like, I do admit, they are pretty cool and probably the best Howling Wolf model. But, you know, it's just so high demand. And there are so much better wolf figures out there, personally, in my opinion. Don't come after me for saying that. But yeah, not my best work, but she's still pretty cool. These are my Spiral 2D wolves. And then we have this Spiral 2D Howling Wolf pup. Probably one of my first ever wolf figures. I just really like this guy. I don't really like how his eyes are kind of open while he's howling. I know there's a lot of figures that are like that, but I just feel like him having closed eyes is much more dominant, much more cooler. I don't know what it is, but I do really like the sculpting on this guy, with his paws kind of like curved. Like this paw's kind of curved. And the eyes, I feel like they could have done a better job. But I still use him. He's still a very good wolf cub. Okay, and then we have the Spiral 2D Arctic Wolf. It's 2007. Okay. Yeah. Not much to say about this model. I had him as Memphis and only trio for like, he had like a few seconds of screen time. But I am planning to make only trio when there's no snow outside. That was a voice crack. When there's no snow outside, I will definitely continue only trio. That's a series that I'm not canceling anytime soon. Yeah. I use him as like an older wolf. It just looks a lot bigger, a lot more wiser, you know? I definitely use him as an older wolf, but yeah, that's my Arctic wolf. Next, we can't forget about the foxes. I have my Spiral 2D foxes. Here's the, well, I'm pretty sure this is the older one. Didn't Spiral 2D make like a newer Arctic fox? I'm actually not too sure. But this one's 2005, and this one's 2008. I like the newer one a lot better. I need to collect foxes, because I do like the Papo fox. That one's pretty cool. I do like the Spiral 2D one, though. I had this one as Astrid in only trio, as well as this one as Panya in only trio. Also, don't question the way I pronounced it in her name in season. Also, don't question the way I pronounced her name in episode 2. Just, I don't know what I was thinking. I must have not slept well that day. But yeah, these two are pretty cool. I like Spiral 2D foxes. Next, these ones just have no category, so I'm just gonna speedrun these. This one is the Spiral 2D Jack Russell Terrier. Probably the best Jack Russell Terrier model. I had her as Hazel and only trio. So yeah, probably my favorite. Yeah, definitely my favorite Jack Russell Terrier model ever. And then the Spiral 2D Golden Retriever. The Spiral 2D Golden Retriever, one of my least favorite Golden Retriever models. Like, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, it is cool. But there's just so many, like, the Mojo Golden Retriever is definitely my favorite out of the Golden Retrievers. I just don't like Spiral 2D Golden Retriever that much. Neither the older one. Like, Spiral 2D is just one of my least favorite brands when it comes to design. And then there's the Coyote, which I actually do like. I got this one. He has like a little mark on his snout that bothers me, and I'm planning to buy another one just because of that. And also the eyes kind of look a bit wonky. Isn't this like the only Coyote model there is? Like, I don't think no other company has made a Coyote model ever. I had him as Kimlo in Only Trio, by the way. Here we have the Sphericity Dalmatian. I don't really like this one just because there's no fur texture. It's like a rubbery kind of feeling. Like, it's very rubbery. You hear that? Yeah. Compared to, you know, the roughness of texture and stuff. I don't know why they decided to go with no fur texture here. It just doesn't really add up. But I still really like her eyes. Her eyes are literally the only thing that I like about this figure. Next are my Mojo models. So yeah, let's start with the wolves first. Here we have the standing one. One of the wolves that I actually really do like. Yeah, you have to look really closely, but you can see like a little bit of red in his neck. That was from episode 1. That was the aftermath of filming episode 1. I told you earlier that I had a fake blood that would stain if left there for long periods of time. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. But it's not noticeable if you look at it from afar. Like, you would not be able to notice if I filmed. So, you know, really do like him. Oh yeah, by the way, I also had him as Freyr in Only Trio. He didn't have much screen time though. Here we have the stocking version. I love this one. It's a lot better than the standing one, in my opinion. I had him as Theodore in Only Trio. Love him. I do prefer the other paint job of him, but that one's like almost impossible to find. I found a few listings of him, but it was like $80. So yeah, I didn't get him. All the chances I could have gotten him, I passed him up because he was insanely expensive. But anyways, I still do really like the darker paint job of him. And then we have the Mojo Howling Wolf, one of my least favorite Howling Wolves. Yeah, he's quite tall. I just don't, like, when you stare at him head on, he looks creepy. That's the reason I don't like him. I think they did his eyes a lot. They did his eyes way too close together. I think that's what makes it so creepy. And also his snout is very long. Like, very long. I think I named him Champion. Yeah, one of my least favorite Howling Wolves, but I still use him. Is he a different year? He's 2019? No, 16. But yeah. That's the Mojo Howling Wolf. And then we have the Mojo Pup. This one's probably my favorite wolf pup of all time. It's just really cute. I had him as Theodore in Only Trio as well. He's the younger version of him. And Theodore is right now one of my favorite characters to write in Only Trio. It's just, I don't know why, I just like him a lot. And I got a lighter paint job of him. Like, it's more of a light gray than this darker color, which most of the Mojo Cubs now have darker fur. But mine has actually really light fur. So, yeah, that's the Mojo pup. Here are the Mojo Dalmatians. There's the adult, which I don't really like. I just feel like the proportions on him are very bad. Like, compared to the, let's compare it to the Schleich one. See it, how it kind of just smoothly, his stomach smoothly swoops up? This one kind of just swoops up very, just very abruptly. And I think it's a little bit too tall as well. It's very tall. I named him Cheetah. Oh, I named him Cheetah. Yeah, I don't really like this one. But the pup, I really do like, though. It's the sitting Mojo pup. Not much to say about her. Not really about any of these figures, really. And then we have the Mojo Golden Retrievers, which I did mention before that they were my favorite Golden Retriever model. This one, I named him Foxtrot, and only trio. Which, his character, I wanted to write a character that seemed very unusual. Like, see, Golden Retrievers are known to be very gentle and soft animals, you know? And I want Foxtrot to be the kind that isn't like that, the kind that, you know, fights and protects, unlike how a normal Golden Retriever would act. You know, and I really had fun writing his character. With this one is my first ever custom. I don't know why I decided to go with purple for a Golden Retriever model. Like, that's just, I don't know why I did that. But her name is Lavender. And she is Foxtrot's younger sister. So, yeah. And then we have the pup, which I didn't get until, like, very recently. The pup is actually massive, like, it's huge, compared to, well, let's say the Schleich one. It's very big. But I still like him. He's one of my favorite Golden Retriever pups. My favorite's, of course, the Schleich sitting one, but like him a lot. Yeah, here are my Mojo Golden Retrievers. And then we have the Mojo Shiba Inu. I do not have the black and white variant, though I really do want it. This one I like a lot. I don't think I have a name for him. But anyways, not much to say about this guy. This video is already turning out to be long enough, so let's just speed through the rest. And then we have the Mojo African Wild Dog. I'm glad I got this guy as well. I'm really not sure if I, like, he seems like really unbalanced, you know? Just, he's kind of leaning a little bit, don't you think? And these little white spots, he doesn't look like an African wild dog to me. I mean, he does, but just, see, the ears are massive. They're 2 times the size of his head. But I definitely prefer this ferocity one, which I do not have. So, yeah, these are my Mojo models. And the ones I'm about to show right now, they don't have any brands. These are knockoffs. So, yeah, let's start with the knockoffs that I have. Here's the first one. I did a custom. He used to be a black wolf. Actually, not a black one, a brown one with red eyes. I hated how that looked, so, but I really did like the shape of the model. So I decided to customize it, and I made him into an Arctic wolf. This one is a knockoff of the Schleich older snarling wolf. I got them at the dollar store. You can find these little baggies with animal figurines at the dollar store, and one of them happens to have this guy in it. So, you know, he's not my best work, but if I do need other characters to play in my series, but like they don't have much screen time, I definitely will use him. So yeah, these two are from the same brand, and these two are at the Great Canadian Dollar Store. This one is like a knockoff of the Schleich laying on back husky puppy, but it's quite big. I think it's supposed to be an adult, so yeah. I did get this guy before I got my laying on back husky puppy. I don't know why. And the back is even worse. I don't like this guy at all, but this guy, he's actually quite good. Like, for this being sold at a dollar store, it's pretty good. And this was my second Shiba Inu. I'll definitely use this one. Like, definitely. It's very well detailed. Like, I couldn't tell you the brand, so if you guys want this figure, you're gonna have to do a little bit of searching in dollar stores, and you might find one of these, but I'm not really sure. I'm not too sure. Alright, that was my 2026 Schleich collection. At least for the wolves. If you guys want to see other collection tours, now that I've been collecting lions I started collecting lions like a month ago. I owned Schleich lions before, but now I'm starting to appreciate the lions even more, and I have a really great idea for a series that I need lions for. So, if you guys want to see a lion collection tour, I'd be happy to do that as well. But if not, that's also fine. But yeah, that was my Schleich wolf collection tour. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the new year of 2026, and thank you for watching.